Welcome back to the tiny workshop. Santa came early this year for me, a couple of days early. Well, this arrived at stupid o'clock this morning. Still dark outside. I wasn't really ready for it, but I'm glad to see it. So let's get it unboxed. And hello. Yeah, you come for a look. Yeah, it's a box. You're going to inspect it. Yeah, it smells funny, doesn't it? Okay, let's do something. Well, it was well packed, I'll give them that. And that's it. Ta-da! A little D-bit grinder. It's very nice. Seems to be in one piece. It's got 5C head, which is useful because I've got a full set of metric and imperial 5C collets. So I'll set it up and give it a whirl. Got a few things to show you. It's got mobile. I've got a few more tools. I've got a tapping head and a floating reamer holder. I could have made both of those, but given the price, it's easier just to buy the damn things. Oh, and yet another rotating centre, live centre, because I only have 3. Now I've got 4. I've got 2 jobs on the go. The first one is this. Oh, that's going to fall over. Put that up there. Grinding milling spindle. As you know, I've got a smaller one, but it flexes, so I'm making a much more sturdy one. So what I've got here is a couple of angular contact bearings. I put those at the front and a plain ball bearing at the back. I didn't know which way around to put these, to be honest with you, whether to have the angular contact bearings at the back and the plain roller at the front, plain ball bearing at the front. Well, I've gone with it this way around. It still needs a cover over the bearing there to stop swarf getting in, grinding dust getting in. It's quite simple. It's made from some commercially available spindles, which are 20mm diameter. And what I did was insert a threaded extension piece into the end. So that's it basically. And this bit threaded, plain press fit end there, which is about 1.5 inches long, and it's Loctited in place. It's not going anywhere. Then that's tight fitting the bearing to get it just right. To load the angular contact bearings, it's got this collar which presses against the inner brace of the ball bearing. And then a couple of locking nuts which is used to set the tension. But the thing is, I bought 3 of these things. They're dirt cheap off AliExpress. The thing is, the bore is not concentric with the outside. The outside is nicely ground, but the bore is not concentric with it. It's just roughly drilled, so you have to bore these out. I was going to ream it, but that wouldn't have worked anyway without boring first, and in the end I just bored them to size. It's all hardened, so it needs a carbide boring tool anyway, and it would have wrecked the reamer, high speed steel, trying to ream it out. They're only less than a tenner each. It's just amazing. I don't know how they do it. And the other thing, I've splashed out on a D-bit grinder, and it comes with just one hub. I've got 3 wheels, so I've got this really fine diamond wheel. That's the wheel that came with it, with the standard hub, and well, that wheel came with it as well, which is silicon carbide, I think, or maybe not, aluminium. So I had to make 2 hubs, which was not that easy really, mainly because the angle of the tapered spindle here, it's difficult to find out just exactly what angle that is, and it varies on the internet. I did find this drawing here on the internet, which suggests it's taper 1 to 5. I don't know what that is supposed to be, but somebody else mentioned it was 84.3 degrees. Somebody else mentioned it was 84.1 degrees. I measured it 81.4 when I was machining it. To get a good fit, I had to machine a bit, bore it out, then test it with blue to see how it was fitting, take it back, change the angle, bore it again. Yeah, well, I got it right in the end. The other thing was the locking nut uses as you can see there's 4 holes, and it uses this spanner. Uses this spanner with a couple of pins. So for the first time I use a PCD, pitch circle diameter, on my DRO, and it works. Ha! And that was the setup. It was quite simple to do. I thought I was going to have to get the rotary table out, but that was easier. I also made a tool to make it easier to swap the hubs, the wheels. It was a right pig to get the stock one off. It was really jammed on tight. Basically this tool has got a hex wrench on one end, an 8mm thread, and a 3/16 high-speed steel pin on the other. So the hex wrench allows you to unscrew the securing bolt, and then you turn it around and screw this in, and when it bottoms out the pin on the end there pushes against the spindle and forces the wheel off. So that's a handy tool to have. It came with some accessories. There's a pretty useless drill grinding attachment. It may be useful if I can do larger drills with it. The largest drill I can do with my drill sharpening machine is about 1/2 inch, 13mm. If that can do larger drills, then it might be useful, otherwise it's not useful at all. I've got the end mill sharpening jig attachment for doing the flutes of end mills. That's something else that I couldn't do before, but I haven't tried it yet. And a pretty much useless thing for sharpening lathe tooling. I don't think I'll be using that much. I got this from Warco, as you can see. Twice I tried to get one of these off AliExpress, and twice I failed and had to wait for a refund. The first time the guy just never sent it. I waited weeks, messaged him, he just turned around and said, "Hang on." I said, "No, not any longer. This order's cancelled," and I got my money back eventually off of that. And the second one I ordered, the postage was extra, I included that in the purchase price, and he came back and said, "Oh, this is going to cost extra for postage, I want another $600. I said, "No, I'll have a refund on that." So in the end I bought this one from Warco. It was a little more expensive, but it had the 5C head, which I really wanted and was quite difficult to get on eBay, sorry, on AliExpress. And it had these accessories as well, so all good. So that'll keep me busy for a little while, playing with that. Got a lot of cutters to sharpen. I think that's it for now. I'll catch you later.